everybody, it's Katie and welcome back to my channel. I am finally getting to my Mono Bear cosplay tutorial. I know it's been a while and I've had a lot of mistrials, but I'm finally here. It's 2021, my first filmed video this year. You can tell that by the fact that I have my little follow your heart thing in the background, which I bought at the dollar store for $1 for Valentine's Day. I don't know if this video is gonna come out on Valentine's Day. It's gonna come out whenever I get it done. So yeah, so far what I've done is I've done my base. If you wanna know how to do my base, I made a mini version of this tutorial on my reels on my Instagram, LilMissKaty, and also on my TikTok. That's how I made the reels, LilMissKaty. If you wanna follow me over there, I've did a bunch of Mono Bear like videos there and all that good stuff. Don't know if I'm gonna post those on my cosplay Instagram account. I still don't know why I have so many Instagram accounts. I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna do our brows. I am gonna actually do brows that are adjacent to him. So what I like to do is I like to use these little eyeliners like those, and then I do my brows with these. And then if you're going to a con, I recommend setting that with powder so you don't like wipe your face or you're like sweating and it like comes out and like your half of your eyebrows gone. Yeah, these little eyeliners, these are the NYX professional makeup. These are the NYX retractable eyeliners. So also grab your reference photo so you don't put the wrong brow on the wrong eye. You don't put the black where the black or the white where the white. It's like if people have like black brows, the white might be a little harder to do. I do think that with this formula it will cover the darkest of brows, but if you didn't, I recommend putting concealer over your brow, maybe doing the glue stick trick that we all know and love from RuPaul Drag Race. You can also do a very expressive Mono Bear if you want to do that and draw on your own brows. For me, I'm just doing my natural brows just because I want to. Like I'm trying to make this like a humanized version of Mono Bear. The next thing we're gonna do is eyeshadow. So we're gonna prime it. We still want to prime our eyes even if we're not going to be doing much over here. Yeah. Ideally, if you had like a red base, like a red base, then I would probably put that over here, but then I don't think they make red base, so I think you're better off just going white and then just painting over it later. So yeah, so I like to take a fluffy brush with this and then go into it with a fluffy brush instead of like doing what normal people do, which is just like a flat brush. I like the fluffy brush because with this one is the NYX white base. It's very, very wet. So with a fluffy brush, you can kind of just blend it in. I know it's gonna look really, really crazy because you have white over here and then you have a white base. So don't worry about that. We're gonna fix that in a second. So just go ahead and blend that in where you know there's gonna be eyeshadow. So for the next step, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be setting this eye, not this eye. This eye we wanna keep wet. So today, to create this, I'm gonna be dipping into my new Morphe 35B palette, the Lisa Frank edition. It's been so hard. I absolutely love this. Look, it has like little holographic, and I loved Lisa Frank growing up. Like that was my favorite store growing up, no joke. So when this came out, you know I had to get my hands on it. I wanted the alien, but I didn't get it in time, so I got my second favorite, which is this little tiger guy. I love it so much. I might make a look with him one day. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be going into this shade right here, which is called Princess Pearls. We're gonna be going into Princess Pearls, and on our right side, we are gonna be setting that. Now, this palette has pretty much all that you need. Oh wow, look at that. Oh my god, it's so good. This palette really has all that you need for basically any cosplay. And if you guys have any other like cosplay characters you wanna request down below, I will definitely do my best to at least do the makeup for it and maybe a closet cosplay. and do the makeup for you guys so you have some sort of idea, and then you can go off on your own. Definitely comment down in the comment box below and with your suggestions for characters, and I can help you out with that. We're going to be going and focusing on our red side. So we're going to put this away for right now, and we're going to go into our body paint because we're going to do the hardest step, which is drawing on the shape of Mono Bear. Now, so you got to get your reference photo like so, and it either like save it and screenshot it or just zoom in on it as much as you can so you can get that shape. So what I'm doing is going into red body paint. You can use like any red body paint. I use water-based paints, but you can also do grease paints with this. Alcohol paints I don't really recommend because you're so close to your eye with it, but any other paints it would be fine with. So for brushes, I have these like paint brushes that I bought from the craft store when the pandemic wasn't a thing. Just a tiny little paintbrush, and because you're trying to go as small as possible and then make it big because you can fix the edges. It's gonna take forever, so if you're gonna do Mono Bear and you care about your edges being clean, make sure to like clear your afternoon. If you're doing this look for a con, maybe like give yourself like an hour tops to do this makeup because it takes a lot to get it perfect. If you wanted to use stencils, that's another good idea. Stencil it on your eye, but I just never had any good faith with them, so I just do it by hand. So now we have the general shape. Again, every single shape, every single time I do this, it always ends up a little bit different, and that is okay. You are allowed to have different variations of your makeup if you are very, very particular. I recommend doing dots, what I did in the beginning. Like, I know there's going to be a dot here, I know there's going to be a dot here, 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 and then here. And then make your shape. You can also make it smaller so it's actually like on the eye. I actually just like it like ginormous for some. I just like the dramatic flair of it. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna set it. We're gonna go back into the Morphe 35B palette, and we're gonna set our red eye. And I'm gonna set our red eye with the shade Buzz. We don't want a fluffy brush because the pigment's gonna go everywhere because it's red and we don't want that. Also, if it's hard for you to do the points and it's hard to draw on, you can go back in with a very, very small paintbrush with your concealer and go around it and then clean up the edges. For me, I've just done this a lot, so it's easier for me to make the shape that I want. And you're gonna be really, really careful. You're only gonna like coat it half coated and go in with your mirror because you don't want it to just go everywhere because we don't want that. So you're gonna be setting this, and don't touch the edges yet. You're gonna go back in with a tinier brush to set the edges. Just set the biggest areas. Then this is what I do. So you can just stop here and then go on to the next step. But what I like to do is I like to go into a deeper red and actually go from the edges and like shade so it looks more 3D, I guess you could say. So I'm going to be going into the Cake palette by Glamlite, and I'm going into the shade Red Velvet, and I'm going to go with a tiny brush and then around the edges just to darken it up. So we have a little bit more dementia in that like eye shape, that like scary eye shape. And this will also, for your edges, this will go with a tiny brush because then you can fix the edges because you can see like it makes it look like, oh, there's an edge there. It makes it sharper. You can also go, if you're really good with eyeliner, you can go around with the eyeliner with the black liner to make it sharp. But I don't really recommend that just because it's so hard to get it's so hard to get it, so it's so easy to mess up and it's so hard to get it perfect. I would just rather just go in with this method. If you want to do an extra step and go in with black or black body paint or black eyeliner, you can definitely do that. I just don't trust myself, and especially like I do a lot of expressions when I'm in this character, and I don't want to like be sweating and then like the whole thing gets ruined because like my sweat in this eye just like smears everything. And so now we have the shape of this guy. As you can see, like as I smile, it gets smaller, and that's why I made it so big, is because when you move around and when you move your face around, when you talk, you're gonna get expressive, and then it's gonna change the shape. So that's why like I recommend like do your craziest face and then try to make it look like something that like is gonna go under the crazy face. Now that we're all set, I'm gonna move on to this eye, and we're gonna do the eyeshadow phase. So we're gonna go back to the white side of our Mono Bear, or Monokuma, whichever you prefer. I will be doing my signature like black smoky eye for this one. So what I like to do is, so this palette does not have a gray shadow, which is unfortunate. I'm going into the Juvia's Place Wallowa palette, and I'm going into the shade Sis in this palette, and it's actually like a very, very dark like gray brown, but it works for my purposes. You're gonna go with your tiniest brush possible, and you're just gonna like make that shape. Now you can keep a very rounded shape if you're doing like a very rounded eye. For me, I just blow it out for sure. I just create the shape that I want to. When you're doing black smoky eyes, what you want to do is you're gonna go small and then big, because it's gonna be it's harder to take away than it is to add more. So same with this side. You want to go small and then make your way big. And then going into the shade Max Splash in the Morphe 35B Lisa Frank palette. I'm doing a smaller angled brush just because it's the smallest fluffy brush I could find. And then dipping into that palette. Ooh, satisfying. Okay, so with the angled brush, you're kind of just going to want to move this through. So you're just going to follow that shape. And then I like to blow it out really far. Like I like to blow it just to Jesus. Just to Jesus, yeah. Just blow it out to Jesus. I also like to go underneath and kind of smoke it out. Kind of like give it that all together look. Keep it still small. Go into a smaller blending brush. You're basically just manipulating the shadow up to make it this like smoky white. This like smoke into like a smoky black and a white kind of thing going on. I have cut the crease. I've done this circular thing. I think in the past I've done like all the way back, but again, I love Monokuma or Mono Bear, whichever you prefer, because you can do whatever you really want with makeup. And you know, with this eye over here, you can pretty much do whatever the heck you want. You can do like neutral, you can do black and white, you can do really whatever you want, depending on what look you're going for. And, you know, Danganronpa is such a great anime because all of the cosplayers can basically do whatever the heck they want for, like, whatever season they want. They can have, like, cabaret, or they can do witch theme, and it all fits within it. And, like, they are the kings of, like, they're the kings and queens of TikTok. Like, seriously. Like, Danganronpa cosplayers, bless them. I mean, I guess I'm one of them. Yay. But I'm not on their level. Like, I can't do the things that they do. Let's stop simping for Danganronpa cosplayers. So we're going into the Glamlite Ice Cream Dream palette and going into the shade French Vanilla and setting that white shade. I'm actually going to use their brush, which actually fixed the kickback problem in that shade. Yay! Alright, so now we have a black and white eye. Hi. So what I want to do next is I want to do my eyeshadow over here. We're going to go back into that Morphe palette, that 335B palette. And we're going to go into shade Hunter. Oh, no. We're going to go into shade Elephant John and Hunter in this. And, yeah, we're going to do that. So first we're going to go into just normal brushes. Like, I don't this side is the crazy side, so you don't need to be clean. This side is like, I mean, if you think of it like Mono Bear, he's like Two-Face, and so this side is like his professional side, like teddy bear side, and then this side is his like crazy side. So this side doesn't have to be clean. This side does not have to be, it doesn't have to be neat. It just has to be there. We're gonna go into Elephant John. Love that name. Elephant John over here. I believe these are all like names from like the Lisa Frank things back in the day, which I love. I was so young in the 90s. I was born in 1995. If you watched my Halloween Disney outfits video, you know that fact. And so I wasn't there for a long time, but I was there for the good time, you know what I mean? Alright, so we're just gonna go above our little line that we've created here. Okay, so then we're gonna go into the shade Hunter, and we're gonna put that like all over the eye. I'm fanning it out. I'm going like really farther on this side, and I'm going underneath the eye just to give it more dimension underneath the eye. I'm gonna go back into the Cake palette by Glamlite and going back into that red velvet shade, and then just start deepening up like the creases areas over here. Give it a little bit more dimension. Even more dimension. Just on the edges like we did on the edges of the eye. Now you can cut the crease over here and kind of do a similar to thing what you're doing over here. Instead of doing that, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put on the shiny stuff. Go into the Morphe 35B palette, Donna and Shanty, and go into that shade on a flat brush. What we're going to be doing now is liner. I'm going to go back into that white retractable liner, and I'm going to go underneath in the waterline. I'm actually going to go into the ColourPop Fresh Out liners. The ColourPop Fresh Out liner, and this is in shade Peach Frizz. This is the cream gel liner, and this is the NYX retractable liner, white and orange. This is the closest I have to red. Now we're going to do regular liner. I'm going to go into the Maybelline Master Precise All Day Matte eyeliner. This is my newest tried and true. If I can find a better eyeliner, I will. But so far, this is the best I got. And then I just go up. Follow the line we've kind of already created. And then go back. So going into my ColourPop From the Moon blush, looks like that right there, and then just putting blush like all over, like make it really big, start on the balls, and then go up. So on our evil side, I'm going to go into the Glamlite Horchata. Okay, and now what we're going to do over here on the evil side, we're going to go into the Juvia's Place Zulu palette, and we're going to go into the Shimmer Red, and we're going to go over that pink. Alright everybody, we're almost to the finish line. All we got to do is our nose and our lips, and we're done. So what I did is I took a flat brush, and I took into our bronzer, and I went around my mouth, and just kind of like went out. You can also do the smile, that's very, very apparent. If you want a tutorial for that, I might do a Reels for that eventually. But you just go from your mouth, kind of like you're doing a Joker mouth, and go underneath it. And so now we have that contoured. We're gonna go into eyeliner again. We're gonna go into this eyeliner, and we're gonna draw our nose. This will be different for all different types of noses for sure, but essentially you're just drawing like a circle. Like, go ahead and look at the reference photos of his nose. But you're basically just, you want to go smaller, like the triangle, and then go down, and then circle, circle on the edges of your nose. So it will look like a nose, which no matter what angle you're doing, no matter what angle you're at, it will look like a nose. Okay, so now we have our nose on, and now now it's time to make us look like a bear, So we're going to trace our lips with our eyeliner, and kind of make we're kind of square off our lips. We don't want to keep its bow. We kind of want like that Kim Possible lip. That's what we're going for. And we're done! Hey! So, that's how you get my signature Mono-Bear Monokuma cosplay look. I hope you all enjoyed it, but first we're gonna look at all of the palettes I used. I used all of these palettes to create these looks. Now, I'm not saying you have to buy every single one of these palettes in order to do this look. You can use your own makeup, your own palettes to do it. I'm just one of those people that I like to use every single palette to create looks because I don't like my creativity to be limited by one palette. I like to go off the map. The big palette I used today was the Morphe Lisa Frank 35B palette. She is holographic. The packaging is amazing. Oh my god, this is great. And I used the black shade as well as the reds, and then the setting powders up here. Yeah, it's a journey. It is, what time is it? It's like 5 a.m. in the morning when I'm done. I've been filming this tutorial all night long, so I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Go ahead and hit that like button for the effort that I put forth for you guys. Go ahead and comment down below. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you've watched Danganronpa. Yeah, and subscribe to my channel. And hit that bell notification so you know when I upload, so you don't miss any of me. Alright, I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.